The question of why people dislike Sigma men can be likened to the question of why people dislike rich men or why people dislike smart guys. The reasons are slightly different, but overall, the motive behind the dislike is similar. Sigma men have very distinct habits that define them and make them special, but these habits are the same reasons why others may not like this lone wolf personality. But of all these habits, 6 are the most crucial ones, and that is what I will be revealing today. If you are new to the channel, you need to subscribe so you don't miss our high-value content. 1. They don't play nice. Sigma men don't care about sentiments or affiliations. They are not trying to be in anyone's good books. They just want to be free to be themselves. And sometimes, this means they have to step on a few toes. These Lone Rangers do not understand the language of diplomacy. They say things the way they see it. Sigma men are not going to be nice when they need to tell you they don't approve of something you did wrong. People have different priorities and values, and what one person may consider important or worth caring about, another person may not. Things most people think are sensitive may not be so sensitive or important to a Sigma man. To these men, the truth is the truth, and what people feel should not matter. If a Sigma man does not like you, he would let you know immediately. They just cannot endure pretense, so they would rather get you offended than pretend to be okay with you. These men are unapologetically authentic. They want their interactions to be based on the absolute truth of their hearts, and they are not afraid of challenging the status quo. Sigma men have no problem with other people being abundantly honest with them too. 2. They make most people look incompetent. Sigma men possess a rare combination of cognitive abilities, including exceptional analytical skills, quick thinking, and the capacity for deep conceptual understanding. They are often at the forefront of groundbreaking advancements, challenging conventional wisdom, and pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. In doing so, they set a high bar for intellectual engagement, which can be both inspiring and intimidating. Surprisingly, some people don't like men like this. One example is Elon Musk, a man who is by every standard a very intelligent and hardworking man. What makes it worse is, he is not sorry about being who he is. He expresses himself freely and still gets things done. You need a healthy dose of self-confidence to be able to work with a man like Elon Musk, because if you are insecure in your abilities, his genius may make you feel incompetent. Sigma men have a relentless desire for excellence, and the constant exposure to their brilliance can create a sense of self-doubt and insecurity among those who find it challenging to measure up. Relating with a Sigma man can act as a reminder of some people's own limitations and imperfections. Sometimes people are so insecure, they just cannot work or relate with those that intimidate them. Truth is, the work ethics and way of reasoning of Sigma men can be intimidating. 3. They won't indulge in small talk. In a world filled with incessant chatter and people poking their noses into the business of others, there are individuals who choose to remain silent, shunning the mundane rituals of small talk and gossip. These quiet souls, who prioritize deeper conversations and meaningful connections, often find themselves facing disapproval and even disdain from others. This is the life of Sigma men, and people dislike them for this. Engaging in small talk and gossip can serve as a social lubricant, a way to build rapport and establish common ground. When someone declines these interactions, it can trigger a fear of judgment in others. They may perceive the silence as a subtle form of superiority, interpreting it as a sign that the silent individual considers themselves above such trivial conversations. Consequently, this triggers defensiveness and a sense of insecurity within those who feel judged, leading to resentment. But Sigma men don't care that anyone feels this way, which only makes it worse. Small talk and gossip have become deeply ingrained social norms. It is just one of those things people would expect as a normal social interaction. By refusing to participate, Sigma men deviate from the expected behavior, challenging the established order. This disruption can be unsettling for some, as it confronts their own reliance on these conversational routines. Consequently, they may view the non-participant as an outsider, someone who refuses to conform to the social fabric, leading to a sense of discomfort and alienation. When Sigma men opt out of these conversations, it can create a perception of exclusion. Others may worry that their own attempts at connection will be rebuffed or dismissed, fearing that the silent individual is uninterested or unwilling to engage. This fear of rejection can manifest as hostility or an inclination to distance oneself from the non-participant. We can also understand this hostile behavior as a mirror, reflecting the insecurities of those who are deeply entrenched in these practices. The Sigma male's choice to prioritize more substantial conversations may cause others to question the meaning and value of their own interactions. This self-reflection can be uncomfortable, leading to a defensive response. In an attempt to reassert the significance of small talk and gossip, some individuals may develop a negative perception of those who abstain. 4. They are like mind readers. Some individuals dislike Sigma men because of their uncanny ability to detect their deceit. Sigma men possess heightened intuition, acute observation skills, and a knack for critical analysis, which makes them often regarded with suspicion, mistrust, or even outright hostility by others. While it may seem counterintuitive, this hatred towards those who can predict or sense dishonesty can be attributed to various underlying psychological factors. Firstly, the discomfort arises from the fact that individuals who possess such perceptive abilities expose the underlying vulnerabilities and challenge the narratives most people construct about themselves. Human beings have an inherent need for self-preservation and self-enhancement, which often involves maintaining a positive self-image. When someone astutely identifies our dishonesty or hidden agendas, it threatens our carefully crafted facade, leaving us feeling exposed and vulnerable. It becomes an uncomfortable reminder that we are not as morally upright or as in control as we might like to believe. Furthermore, people may find it unsettling to be constantly scrutinized by someone who never seems to miss a detail. The presence of such individuals can evoke feelings of paranoia and self-doubt. Being under constant observation and analysis can make us feel like we're under a microscope, with every flaw and inconsistency exposed. Sigma men are like hawks. They don't miss any detail, because when you talk to a Sigma, he truly listens. He is paying attention to what you say and how you say it. He is constantly reviewing everything in his head, and he would point out the inconsistencies. This heightened scrutiny can create a sense of discomfort, leading individuals to distance themselves from those who possess such abilities as a way to protect their privacy and maintain a sense of autonomy. Moreover, the resistance towards those who can predict or sense dishonesty can stem from a fear of being held accountable for one's actions. Deep down, many individuals may be aware of their own moral shortcomings or the presence of hidden agendas. The prospect of being called out on these actions can be terrifying, as it requires facing the consequences of one's dishonesty or manipulations. In an attempt to avoid accountability, individuals may choose to distance themselves from those who possess a keen sense of detection, effectively eliminating the potential threat they pose. Additionally, jealousy can play a role in this aversion. Sigma men often gain admiration and respect because of their exceptional skills in predicting or sensing dishonesty. This can trigger feelings of envy in others who may lack such perceptiveness or self-awareness. Jealousy can distort perceptions and lead to negative judgments or feelings of resentment towards those who possess the very qualities that one desires or feels inadequate about. 5. They don't feel sorry about being who they are. People somehow expect Sigma men to feel sorry for being themselves. The Lone Ranger walks his own path and is always striving to be exceptional. Because of the Sigma personality is apologetic to no one, he just does his own thing and often shakes the pretentious lives of people he comes in contact with. They just think he needs to be sorry for this. You can say Sigma men have a blown ego. They think highly of themselves. They are proud of the amount of work they put in, and they expect the same from everyone else. This puts them in a delicate situation where people think this ego must be smashed. As much as self-confidence is a key to getting respect, it is also going to get you haters, because people with low self-esteem hate people who are confident. They would talk behind their backs and try to bring down the Sigma men because they think he is full of himself. They cannot match up to him, so they work against him. It takes people who are self-assured in themselves to engage the Sigma male at his confidence level. 6. They won't indulge in weak emotions. Emotions are like gauges that show the current state of a human mind. When people fail to react to a thing emotionally, it looks unnatural and can feel threatening. Sigma men are highly unlikely to react emotionally to things. They may not cry when you expect them to cry. They may not even laugh when you expect them to, because they perceive things at a more critical level. For example, Sigma men may not see the benefit in crying. So why should they when they know it would not fix anything? Unfortunately, this is misinterpreted as them being emotionless, and people don't like that. Sigma men take a more practical approach to life. It is interesting and curious that people actually prefer a more sentimental way of life, because weaknesses and vulnerability are reassuring in their own way. It is easier to be emotional, but Sigma men don't want easy. They want the best path. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch this one as well. Thanks for watching.